business folks and the Chinese. If that's the case, obviously the facts and evidence will show that. And if it's not, then I don't see how you get anywhere near impeachment.
Oh, that's so old-timey, so old-fashioned.
Yeah.
They think they need evidence again for impeachment? Really?
Yeah,
Really?
shocker.
Facts? Evidence? Huh. If only we had someone that knows something about that. Why, look, it's the fantastically successful podcast host from Talking Feds podcast and former federal prosecutor, Harry Littman.
Hey.
Good morning, Harry.
Hey, hello. Hello.
I have to tell you...
Evidence? Did I hear? Evidence?
Evidence.
Facts. And by the way, I enjoy your LA Times pieces a lot. They're such great breakdowns of just because
Thanks a lot.
it is. How do you do it, you guys? I have to say, it is literally like what do we call it? A tennis ball machine or a fire hose of legal news.
Yeah.
Like, every day. Like,
Yeah, it's true, but it's like rolling off a log for former prosecutors. Because here's the thing. There, these little teeny nuggets of knowledge we acquired as prosecutors, little motions and the jockeying that happens in court, they now have like national political significance.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is kind of explain what's going on and how a prosecutor would look at things. And it's actually, I think, worth the readers 4 minutes to get a sense. He's in two arenas now, and the one that most endangers him is foreign to most people, and we're just tour guides there. So
I love that we're at a time in our
hard.
history when you say him, we all just know you mean
Yeah, exactly.
The royal him.
the orange dictator. But it's true. Like, we all have like a million of you in our Rolodex because we're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
And I keep saying, Harry, we always have
Law guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, get me a legal ad.
Right.
Because, we were saying that we all have like bombshell fatigue. It's hard for, us lay people sometimes to know, like, what's the difference, like legally what's a bigger bombshell? Because it seems like there's one a day, isn't there? I mean, I don't know what you make of the latest. I know you wrote a piece about, what's her name, Molly, the latest
Michael.
in the espionage
and
case.
guess what? You're right. They're going to keep coming. Like, we're in this period. In 5 weeks, in theory, the Fulton County first trial will begin with jury selection. That means we're in this period where defendants, that being Chesbrough and Powell, throw any kind of thing against the wall to see what sticks. So, you get again and again the motion du jour, and the jockeying really happens, except there's this broader theme to it, which is everyone's running away from Trump. So, Eastman 2 days ago, his defense is, Trump made me do it. And given the stakes of trying to extricate ourselves from 8 years of Trumpism, that makes these teeny little motions have potential galactic. Yeah, I'll go with galactic consequence.
By the way, we call the Powell cheeseburger that's the cheese on Kraken.
He is
the cheese on Kraken trial.
But here I am. Here's my value added to the Steph Miller show this morning, and honestly is Chesbrough, who they mockingly called the cheese in his coterie of formerly of smart Harvard law types that he seems to have abandoned because he files the most crackpot motions. Yeah. But anyway, he is Chesbrough, a.k.a. the cheese.
The cheese. Cheese and Kraken.
For actual TV and legitimate, fact-based, solid reporting like your own.
Harry, is this Molly, I'm sorry, Michael, is she the, as damning a witness as we're hearing? Because, not only, more information about your to-do lists on the back of classified information, but to me that seems like obstruction or witness tampering 101. You don't know anything about the boxes. I mean, is that legally as damning as we think it is?
Twice as damning. Because here's the thing: information comes out, but I was just talking about this. The prosecutorial vantage point is how is she going to play on the stand? So she is. The tweet I did was Cassidy Hutchinson to January 6th committee equals Mar-a-Lago Molly Michael to Mar-a-Lago. It's not just the info she has, which is really solid, but it's her absence of any axe to grind. Every other witness we know there, including if Nalta and De Oliveira get some sense and a good lawyer and turn, have pretty solid cross-examination that a good lawyer can do with them. Molly, Michael, you just sit down. There's nothing you can say. So she is the witness like par excellence, and we think in the public mind of what will Mark Meadows say? What will Eastman say? Forget those guys, because they'll be, I mean, don't forget them, but the cross-examination could be brutal, and the closing argument, here's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Molly, Michael, they cannot lay a glove on, and as credible as the day is long. So she is, to date, by far the most dangerous witness. And as you say, it's an incandescent moment of obstruction when he says, you don't know anything about the boxes, which, by the way, she's given him a picture of. She's told him, you really got to stop doing this, because there's all these maintenance men and people who know what's in them. So he says that, and it's like total mob boss territory. She could bury him on obstruction just herself, in part because she doesn't want to, and you'll be able to see that. She's not looking to bury him, but for that reason, she would.
So you are based in San Diego, down there near SeaWorld. We like to call it flippers. There's lots of flippers.
Yeah. Is it still okay to go there?
But I mean, as you were saying, it looks like this is why I can't even keep track of all of them, weren't charged, because we're finding there are more and more people that are cooperating. Who do we know for sure is cooperating?
Nobody, more or less, except, well, Tavares.
Yeah.
So cooperating, is a kind of a term of art, meaning they've got exposure and they've cut a deal.
Okay.
And it could well be like the candidates in the Fani Willis case are the 30 people who were actually recommended to be indicted by the special grand jury and were not indicted by Fani Willis. It could have been they cut a deal. One of them, Lynn Wood, came out the other day. I don't think there's any chance that he is. One guy we know is Tavares. He was in Mar-a-Lago. He lied at first to investigators. I don't know anything about those boxes. He did a Sergeant Schultz. And then he got a real lawyer.
I see nothing.
And they said, tell the truth, for God's sake, which is, by the way, just what happened to Cassidy Hutchinson.
Yeah.
But so he is, getting, in exchange for his truthful testimony, he will not face criminal jeopardy for the lie that he told, which is a crime.
Now,
otherwise, this is the time for people to be lining up. Right. And especially in Fulton County, where Trump's not paying legal bills, and people are going to be bankrupt, and they've already started to turn against each other, like Jenna Ellis. But we don't know specifically about any cooperation deal. We wondered, did Mark Meadows have one? Because he wasn't named as a co-conspirator. Doesn't look like he did. There are probably some in the offing, and some who will now, the prosecutors say, first come, best deal.
Yeah.
But
Harry, I've never.
The only one we know is.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I don't feel like I've ever gotten an answer that I understand to this question. It seems like whoever, if he doesn't pay their legal bills, then they might tell the truth. Right? But if he does pay their for their lawyer, they're going to lie for him. And I still, for the life of me, don't understand how that's legal to pay someone's lawyer, that obviously, so they don't testify against you.
Yeah, it's not, if that's why you're doing it. It is if, lawyers have responsibilities, and they lose their license if they don't follow it. It's okay to pay a lawyer if they're going to be very vigilant and aggressive for you. But a guy like Woodward, who's representing everyone in Mar-a-Lago, and this is what Fani Willis just said too, you can hold a special hearing where you can inform the witness of what's going on. That's exactly what happened with Tavares. Instead of the Trump-supplied lawyer, he took a public defender, but the public defender well advised and